Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Sanch, your host here on the Bodybuilding News Network. Welcome back to another installment of Bodybuilding Daily, where we talk about all things hot topic and trending in the world of bodybuilding. If you are new here, definitely consider subscribing. We have more content coming out daily, at least daily. We're working on coming out daily. Now, maybe it might not be daily. It might be bi-daily, every other day, but we are planning on coming out with content every day, so make sure you are subscribed. Click the little ringy button, the little bell button, check that out. It'll help you stay abreast on all of the content coming out here on a daily basis. Also, we have our Patreon is live, so if you want to, and if you can, financially support the Bodybuilding News Network, $1 a month, it will open up a world of possibilities of exclusive content to include at least one live or at least one extra video a week. We're going to figure out how to do it as we go along, but I did want to at least get it started. So if you can financially support $1 a month, please check out the link in the description of the video, and that'll greatly help out this channel growing into this 2023 competitive season. Totoro agrees. But if you cannot afford $1 a month, if $1 a month is going to break the bank for you, I understand. Genuinely, I'm not trying to pick on you. If $1 a month is too much, you can share the video. A share is free, a like is free, and a comment in the comment sections below is free. Let's go ahead and start off with a little bit disheartening condolences to Nick Walker, Maria, and the rest of the Nick Walker Mutant Nation on their recent loss of one of their family members. Their little boy Thor, their pet dog, seemed to have been involved in a hit and run. Not exactly the funnest or most fun conversation to have, but I am sad to see this. I was very sad yesterday when I saw it, and I know I did want to talk about it. I have a dog, or I have a cat myself, and I know that if anything were to happen to Totoro, it would absolutely wreck me. So I'm sure you all can relate to the feelings that Nick Walker is having right now. If you can support him in any way possible, please do so. I'm sure he has a plethora of ways that you can support him on his Instagram in his bio, so please check that out. But again, my condolences to Nick Walker and the Mutant Nation on the recent loss of their pet dog. Next up, a little bit of an exciting story, and I mentioned it in my comment section on the post. Iain Valliere, since coming into this 2023 competitive season, has one new coach. He's with Matt Jansen. And, when someone comes on board with Matt Jansen, it really does open up a world of possibilities of what they might be able to do, what they're going to look like. Is it going to be a new look? Is it going to be a better look? Are they going to go for conditioning? Are they going to go for size? I mean, there's a lot of different things that people that team up with Matt Jansen can bring to the stage. Especially this year, we have a lot of exciting stuff coming out. Iain Valliere, under 11 weeks out, I think it's 10 and a half at this point, from the 2023 Toronto Pro. And the big piece here, ladies and gentlemen, 280 pounds, 11 weeks out, sharing a front double bicep. You heard me right, a front double bicep from Iain Valliere. Now, if you are new to the Iain saga of physique updates, he's not one to post a lot of front double biceps. It's not his strong suit. It's not his strongest shot. He said it himself. I don't think it's a terrible shot, and I'm really hoping that he's able to really manifest some success in this specific mandatory. Really, he's known for the side tri, the side chest. Even some of the back shots are pretty darn good, if you ask me. I'm happy seeing this. I think he looks great. I think it's kind of funny. I didn't notice it till now, but he did also comment in the description of the post, talking about some gray hair in his beard. And you got to think, Iain's in his mid 30s. I think it's not too far, maybe 30 or 34, possibly. He's not that old. So it is kind of interesting to see someone of his youthfulness with gray hairs already. So I think that's a lot of fun. I'm excited to see, what he's able to do this year. And I didn't even know before, but he has the different pro shows he's won. He has them tattooed on the inside of his finger. So he's looking to add the Toronto Pro, the other Canadian pro show, to his hand, literally. I don't know if they do rings there or not. I know the New York Pro does it, but it looks like he will be trying to add another title to his finger and his resume, his repertoire, if you will. Now, moving into an interesting story here, I thought a lot of people were really excited about Quinton Eriya. So this is a guy, came into the season last year, really blew up, had some phenomenal placings. He's a little shaky with the posing routine, and I think that really did knock him with the placings. Also, just not as thick as he needs to be to win shows right now. But he is very, very good, very competitive, young, fresh, lots of possibility. The world is open for this guy. And also, he's going to be fitting that narrative that the league is kind of pushing right now, being a taller, more aesthetic bodybuilder. It's not a bad thing. It's not a great thing. It's just what's happening right now. And I think it's going to work out perfectly for him in the 2024 season, because he's taking this year off. In a recent physique update video on his Instagram doing the posing routine, he says, I quote, "Y'all go ahead, have fun this year. Next year's mine at Matt Jensen, hashtag Camp Jensen." So it is official. He is joining the ever increasing amount of competitors that are taking off the 2023 season. I think it's a very interesting conversation to have. Myself, Mark's Max Muscle, we will definitely talk about this Saturday. So get your questions in for episode 8 of the Two Bros One podcast with myself and Mark's Max Muscle. Next up, we have a fan request for Mr. Elliott. Dermond is on the chopping block next, a Condemned Labs athlete and someone who, from what I've heard from you guys, is going to be one of these guys that's really exciting to see exactly how well he could do this year. I am very new to him, but just looking at some of these physique updates, I think he's going to be very competitive this year, depending on what he wants to do. It looks like he's working with Dominic Cardone, is his current coach. He's about 5 to 6 weeks back into his full off season, so looking to build a little bit. Currently fasted around 286 pounds, which I think is phenomenal. He looks like he's probably about like a 5'8", 5'10" bodybuilder, so he definitely has a good amount of weight on the fella. And again, looking forward to seeing what he's going to do this year. If you do know what show he's planning on doing, if he's looking to hop into a bigger show, or he's going to do maybe like a local show in the area wherever he's at, definitely let us know in the comment sections below. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move into, we do have a very juicy story at the end, so make sure you stay tuned. Maybe I'll even make it a whole nother video, but potentially the last video we have for this video is going to be Sergio Oliva Jr. sharing some recent training footage and physique update. Wondering, for me at least, I'm wondering when this guy's going to compete. I thought he looked relatively lean at the Arnold Classic. His arms were quite vascular. And the question is going to be, this guy looks like he's already getting close to where he could probably look at competing. And I'm wondering, like, what show this guy's probably going to hop into. From what I remember, Sergio is still training out of the Oxygen Gym over in Kuwait. So you got to think of any of those European pro shows that might be happening earlier in the year. I think I saw the European Championships in, is that in Alicante, Spain, or Barcelona, Spain? It's one of those two cities. That show is coming up not too far out, maybe like under 15, 16 weeks out. So for him to look this good this early in the season really does get, at least for me, at least for me, gives me the inclination, gives me the hint that, possibly he's going to be competing in the near future. Of course, let me know in the comment sections below. Sergio is phenomenal. I think he's one of the better posers, one of the better open bodybuilders that is able to really pose phenomenally, and I do want to see him compete more. He's had some issues. He tore a bicep, I believe, not too long ago, so him coming back from that injury and all of his legal issues with the car accident definitely does worry a fan like myself that he might not be getting on stage as quickly as we want to see him get on stage. But also from a media point of view, I think it's going to happen eventually. I can't imagine him not competing this year, especially for how great he looks. Can he come into another Arnold Classic next year, or even the Arnold Brazil is just a couple weeks out, so who knows? Maybe he splashes into that show and gives us a surprise as my Tinder starts blasting. That will be interesting to see. But ladies and gentlemen, I will end it here as we are over the 10-minute mark, and I know y'all start to fade away around the 5 to 10-minute mark. Welcome and thank you so much for watching another episode here on the Bodybuilding News Network. I'm your host, Josh Sanch. As always, please support the Patreon, $1 a month if you can afford that. I do appreciate it. Exclusive content coming out weekly. And if you cannot afford $1, please like, comment, and especially share the video with a like-minded individual. It helps the Bodybuilding News Network grow and reach like-minded fans and individuals and beautiful people like yourself. But that'll do it. I'm your host, Josh Sanch. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in